And a very good morning, Mark here. Tuesday, October the 28th. It is just going on 8 a.m. Eastern Time. US session now underway. That's 12 noon GMT, going into the afternoon portion of the European session. And let's have a look at how the market's shaping up today, starting on the US dollar index. Interesting, we have a red candlestick and the fourth consecutive lower high. So selling the US dollar index all the way down, you can see to support, which was established at 98.33. I've got resistance of 98.59 and significantly broke below this ascending trend line. But you can see the wick that's left behind. That's the US dollar fighting back. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the fight back from US dollar weakness and now US dollar fighting back. Looking up at this resistance level, we'll see now that the US session is underway, whether the US dollar can recoup the earlier losses and go on to test this resistance level. Alternatively, whether we see a continuation of dollar weakness and sellers look down at the 98.33 support level. S&P 500 just after 8 a.m., a good hour and a half away until Wall Street opens up. Strong day on all the US major stock markets yesterday. S&P record high, record close. Hang around that close for now. I've got resistance at 6,913 and I've got support at 6,900. We're looking at the futures market before Wall Street opens up. Hasn't been a sell-off as yet. We'll see where the buyers can add to yesterday's push and break above this intraday resistance level, or whether sellers step in when Wall Street does open up. Let's have a look at gold. Very, very clear to see that the sell-off in gold is continuing. Technical confirmation or technical pattern that started was the triple top. It has moved lower since then. The downtrend very much intact. And yesterday tested this ascending trend line. It's broken below that ascending trend line today. And this level I have in is the 4,000 level. It's broken below the 4,000 level as well. I've got support at 3,886. I've got resistance at 4,020. I did put in a Fibonacci retracement tool from the low in the start here in the middle of August when this real steep rally began. So from down here, and my price was 3,300 up to the high at 4,380, just over $1,000. Here's the sell-off. Looking at the fib retracement levels, the first one, the 38.2%, which was tested yesterday, today has broken lower than that. And the next fib retracement level of note is the 50% level, and that's at 3,843. We'll see where the sellers do get to test that level. But gold certainly being sold off. We've seen the inverse relationship between strong US dollar and weak gold this morning. We'll see whether sellers can maintain 3,886, that support level, and buyers, of course, will look to test break above the 4,000 level. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Yesterday's sell-off continuing. I've got resistance at 65.04. I've got support at 63.46. Sellers continued from yesterday, established support. There's a wick you can see. That means buyers have stepped in and a bounce up off the support level. Let's just have a look at that on the hourly. There you see the initial sell-off. There you see buyers trying to fight their way back, looking up at the $65 resistance level, or if this doesn't materialize, sellers may well continue the earlier sell-off, and we'll be looking down at the 63.46 support level. Right now, pretty much sitting in the middle of today's range. Uptrend still intact on the daily, the retracement, and we'll see how that plays out during the US session. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Lots of fib retracement tools. I have put them in, gives me something to work with as a technical trader. Small green candlestick on the daily, hanging around yesterday's close. Trend is up. You can see that on the daily. What I did measure is the fib retracement level from the all-time high at 126,000 all the way down to the low at 103.7 thousand. Here's the fight back that you can see, and the 50% fib retracement level of this fight back by the buyers sits right here at 115.1 thousand. And I've put that in because you can see buyers have struggled over the past 2 days to maintain above that 115,000 level. We'll see if buyers can or do get to retest the level, perhaps break above, or whether that level holds strong and sellers step in at the 115,000 and we see a push lower. I've got support right now at 113,400. I've got resistance at 114,600. If I zoom in on that hourly, there you can see the push higher during the European session. You can see the stalling at this 114,600. Sellers stepped in and now looking down at this support level. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of the session.